What's up everyone, Joseph here. In this video, we're going to take a look at the grammar that is on page 107 of the book. That's page 107 on unit 16, describing changes. So, you can use different tenses to describe change. We can use simple present tense, we can use simple past tense, and present perfect tense. And we can also use other different tenses to describe change. But in this video, we're going to focus only on these three tenses. Simple present tense, simple past tense, and the present perfect tense. So, a little reminder, simple present is used to describe things that happen regularly for present realities or for permanent things. For example, imagine that 5 years ago you lived in San Antonio neighborhood. Excuse me. 5 years ago you lived in San Antonio neighborhood, and now you live in Sevilla. How do you describe that change? I live in Sevilla now. Here we are using the simple present to describe something. A lot of noise outside in my house. So, as I was saying, you use the simple present to describe changes that has happened to you, that is new for you, something that's new, something that changed for you. I live in Sevilla now. 5 years ago, you lived in San Antonio neighborhood, and now you live in Sevilla. So this is a perfect example of something that changed for you. Excuse me. He doesn't play baseball these days. What are you saying here? That the person used to play baseball. He played baseball in the past, but now he doesn't play baseball these days. So that's something that changed for him, and you are using the simple present to describe that. Uh, why he doesn't play baseball? They say, well, he might not like it. This is another way to use the simple present. He doesn't like baseball anymore. He can't play baseball anymore. Uh, More uses of simple present. I don't watch cartoons now. I used to watch cartoons when I was a kid, but that changed. That's something that changed. So, I don't watch cartoons now. I'm not 10 years old anymore. Obviously, that's another thing that changed. It changed. Before I was 10 years, obviously, and now I'm older. So that's another way to describe things that change. We can also use the past tense to describe change. So past tense is used to talk about actions that happened in the past. Um, so I got a job at ABC company last month. So before that, you didn't have a job, or maybe you worked somewhere else. But you got a job at ABC company last month. That is something that changed for you. But we are using the simple past to describe this change. She graduated from Utesa University. That's something that changed for you. Before that, she wasn't a professional, but now she is. She graduated from Utesa University. In the past, we are using the past to describe a change. We bought a house recently. Before that, we didn't have a house, and we bought a house recently. Another use of simple past to describe change. So now let's take a look at the present perfect. We can also use present perfect to describe change. We use the present perfect with past actions when the exact time is not important. Yes. Like I told you before, when we started, it's like a little review of every tense of these tenses. You have become an adult. You have become an adult. That's something that changed. And that happened in the past, but the time is not important in this case. So, uh, that's why we're using the present perfect. I've changed my way of thinking. I've changed my way of thinking. We are describing that we don't think the same way anymore. But when did you change the way you think? It's not important. And I don't know, and you might not know when we change the way we think. It's not clear. So that's why we're using the present perfect. Elania has changed her dressing style. When? It's not important. As we explained, with the present perfect, the exact time is not important. Eliana has changed her dressing style. And we can also use comparatives and superlatives to uh, express change. We use comparatives and superlatives to compare people, objects, animals, ideas, etc. Santiago is noisier than some years ago. Santiago is noisier than how it was some years ago. So now it's noisier. There is more noise in the environment. So that is another way we can express change. I'm the best player of the sport now. The best player of the sport now. Before that, I wasn't the best player, but now I am. I'm expressing change. He is a bigger person, both in size and personality. So the person changed. Now he's bigger, and his personality is also bigger. Whatever that means, right? So the person changed, both in size and personality. He's bigger. So these are different ways we can express change. I'm going to link videos explaining how to use simple present, past tense, the present perfect, and the comparatives. I'm going to be linking them at the moment I talk about them in this video, right here. So this is the end of the video. I will see you on the next one.